It's me again, and my ears are like super crooked, right? This is Sandra Ayan, your home care provider. I am driving again, and it's going to be dark, okay? So don't worry, I'm okay. Isn't that terrible when you hear my laugh? So I'm gonna wait a little bit for you guys to log on and ask me questions. So that I can answer your questions to the best of my abilities. But in the meantime, I'm going to tell you about a young lady that I spoke to this morning. So you just logged on. If you can ask me any questions that you might have, go ahead and ask me, and I'll answer them for you. The young lady that I asked that called me this morning was telling me that she had an evaluation, and she lives out in a rural area. And I don't know, here, if you can see me. Hey, hi, Miss Queen Bee. Yeah. If I know Miss Queen Bee's asking if I answer questions besides IHSS. Yeah, I answer questions. And like I told the fraud investigator once when he asked me why I didn't want to tell him my boyfriend's name, which is my son's father. He's over here. My son is, not my son's father. No, wait, my son's here. I told the investigator I will answer any question that you want me to answer you, as long as it doesn't pertain to my personal life, because I can do whatever I want with my personal life. So for you guys that are out there, any kind of questions that you guys have, I can answer them. Just go ahead and ask me. I know there's a lot of people that are frustrated right now. I'm going to turn this off. There's a lot of people that are frustrated right now with the EBV, okay? So if you guys have questions, just go ahead and ask me. I'll answer to the best of my ability your questions. I'm driving. I got another 8 hours to drive, okay? I should be where I'm going at 7 o'clock in the morning, because I love my fiance. So bear with me, and I'll go ahead and answer your questions as best as I can, one at a time. So let's see here. It says, I'm having issues with my dad's insurance, which leads him to losing his specialist. How can I fix this? I call the insurance, right? Okay, so are we talking about his medical insurance as far as Medi-Cal is concerned? Or are we talking about life insurance, or are we talking about car insurance? So is it Medi-Cal insurance that you're asking questions about? I hate to be in the dark, you guys. I hate to leave you guys in the dark. I know you can't see me anyway, so I'll drive like this. Every time I have to make a left turn, I'll turn it off. Okay, Medi-Cal insurance. All right. So Miss Queen Bee is saying that she has problems with her dad's insurance, and that's very common to have problems with Medi-Cal. Okay. First of all, Medi-Cal is a federally funded program, okay? For you guys that just logged on, let me answer Queen Bee's question, which is about Medi-Cal insurance and the problems that she's having trying to keep the specialist that she has, okay? Ask me questions as soon as I'm done with her. Hey, Sean. So let me answer Queen Bee's question, and then if you guys have another one, I'll answer it. So it's been my experience with Medi-Cal, because it's a federally funded program. Medi-Cal has certain limitations, okay? Now, depending on how old your father is, if he's over 65, then he qualifies for Medicare, which is also a program that's funded by, it's federally funded, but it has a little bit more leeway for some reason. The reason I mention this is because, for example, I took in some pills for John, right? And, oh, okay, so see, he's 58 years old, so he only gets Medi-Cal. So I took in a prescription for John, and they were Norcos 5/325 hydrocodone. Well, those pills were covered through Medicare, okay? Medicare covered his pills, and the total cost for a quantity of 60 was 83 cents, okay? And that's because he had Medi-Cal, Medicare, okay? Now, I went to a pharmacy, and I had almost the same, actually an 84 count quantity of Norcos, but there were a higher dosage of 7.5/325. There were Percocets. So Miss Queen Bee is saying, I was told to let the SSI know he is a cancer patient, and they might allow my dad to have full Medicare. Okay, child, I need you to tell me if I'm going to crash against the car, okay? Because I'm ready. I'm just kidding. I'm teaching him how to drive. He's 13. Okay, so because Medi-Cal is a federal funded program, and at the age of 65, yeah, I'm just kidding, you guys. Trust me, priorities. The child is not that important. The road is. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm kind of kidding. So, being that your father is 58 years old, he qualifies for Medi-Cal, and until the age of 65, he'll qualify for Medicare, okay? No, I know, right? I could make another one. If I could, I've been trying for like 10 years. Still hasn't happened. I keep praying. Remember, I'm going to stop smoking. So, if I get another child, I'm going to stop smoking. So, baby, put that window up. It's still down. Because there's too much air coming in through here. So, SSI will disable, I'm going to turn this off, okay, guys? SSI will put your father in as disabled. It looks terrible. Okay, whatever. If he's disabled, then he qualifies for disability, first of all, okay, which is an extra income. But if SSI finds him that he is disabled, they can give him Medicare, even though he's not 65. But the initial question that you asked me was, how can I fix this? So Medi-Cal is limited. Yeah, I know, who cares? Oh, I'm sorry. Sean said, I believe that's a ticket. Yeah, it's a ticket, who cares? I'll turn it on and off. I just feel weird because I'm in the dark, you guys. Okay, I'll turn it off. There you go. So, Medi-Cal is restricted to a certain point. So what you have to do, specialists for your father, because he requires this specialist. Sometimes you can't get the specialist that you want, but Medi-Cal will cover him with another specialist. I've been with my primary for 25 years. They just sent me a card telling me that they're now going to change me over to another doctor. When I go get my pain medication, my pain management was denied because my insurance wasn't covering it. But I didn't want to leave my doctor because I love my doctor and I've had him forever. So I decided, the hell with it. I'll just go in as a cash patient. So every 4 months I go in to see my pain management specialist, and I pay him $150 for 15 minutes of his time, literally. But I love my doctor, my primary. Well, now I've been forced to move over to another doctor, which isn't bad because I know this doctor also, and I really enjoyed his input because he's John's doctor. So, thank you, son. So, Medi-Cal, because it's funded, it has limitations, but you can get the right specialist. So what you have to do, Miss Queen Bee, there's 2 things you can do, okay? Medi-Cal has, light back on. No, that was the truck in the back. Yeah, right? I'm telling you, you can't see me, and it's kind of weird because I'm all in the dark. So Medi-Cal has forms, you guys, just like IHSS. These forms are available to you. Now, your father is older, okay, and depending on how you feel, you can go ahead and ask your father, Daddy, do you want me to represent you? That's what I told John. And no, I didn't tell him, Daddy, do you want me to represent you? I just said, hey, John, do you want me to represent you? And John said, yes. So, just like IHSS has this form, so does Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal has this form, I know, right? Medi-Cal has this form that will also tell you that you have authority, and then you can speak. Hang on a second, okay, Martha? You can also speak on behalf of your father. And you're a lot younger, sweetheart, so you have a lot of more oomph in you, and you can fight more for him. And like I said in the past, be more proactive. You might not get the specialist that you want, but based on his needs, and you can get the specialist regardless. You just got to keep fighting, okay? And you got to keep asking. And with Medi-Cal, because they're free services, you got to ask a little more. You know, it's like when you get something for free. And sometimes beggars can't be choosers, but when it comes to Medi-Cal, you have rights. Because I'm going to turn it off. See, 30 miles to junction 41. You can fight for your father. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, nothing is free. Trust me, Sean, nothing is free. Even my 25-year-old that lives with me doesn't pay as much rent. And I told him, you know what? I love you and it hurts me, but check this out. If you don't give me my money for my rent, this is the last month you're going to be here. Because you're 25 years old, buddy. And I already worked 7 years too much, you know. And I love my son, and it breaks my heart to tell this to my son. But go ahead and try that with Medi-Cal, so that they not necessarily bypass your father, but your father's not put through that predicament where he has to repeat this information over and over again, okay? So now we got Martha, and Martha says, my social worker, my social worker cut my hours without sending me a notice of action. I went from 283 hours to 44.23 because she said my doctor's notes for the PS is questionable. Martha, what's PS? Tell me what PS is. 25. Man, he should be taking care of you. That's what I'm saying, but I come home and then Sean says 25 years old, he should be taking care of me. Yep, and you know what? I come home and I still got to mow my lawn at 7 o'clock at night. But you know what? It's all good because I know what I'm doing is right. Protective service supervision. Okay. Do you remember, right? Sorry, I got to ask because I want to make sure I'm answering the right question. Martha, do you remember when they did this for you? Okay, when they did this for your daughter, when was the evaluation done? Because that's really important. In that notice of action, You're saying you didn't receive a notice of action. It is your right to get a notice of action in April. April what, sweetheart? Abril, Mayo, Junio, Julio. April what? Because this is real important. Because you have only 90 days from the notice of action date. And if you didn't receive a notice of action date, all you received was a timesheet with cut off hours, you can go back and appeal that and tell them the 25th. Okay, this is great. Do you have the, so and I'm sorry, this is like public, okay, Martha? So if you don't want to answer any more of my questions, that's cool. But this is going to teach other people, okay? So April 25th was Martha's evaluation, okay, for her daughter. Martha get a notice of action. If you go to the county, try to recall when you had to go back to the county and get a notice of action, because your notice of action should arrive as soon as, and I'm telling you because I got on it, because I did it for John, I fought, and in less than a week's time, I had my notice of action. In less than a week's time, okay? But that was people stepping in July. There's partial hours, which is a supplementary timesheet for my son and for myself that I got to do, okay? So the 25th of April was when they did the evaluation. Try to recall when you went, if you went in and got a notice of action, when you received it, and by any chance, maybe you have the post-dated envelope, okay, because the post office postmarks their envelope. You have 90 days from April 25th to, and I'm turning this off, that they deducted to now 44 hours and 23 minutes, okay? And this is what I want you to do. Even though you're telling me that they did it on April 25th, okay, April had 30 days, so that's 5 days. May had 31 days, so that's 36 days. June had, let's see here, I don't have a notice of action. You still don't have a notice of action. Okay, so now you're going to have to call the social worker and tell them that you never got a notice of action, okay? And also, Martha, think. I have notice of actions with me, okay, because of my recipients. They allow me and they give me to have a copy of them so I know what's going on. I need you to text me, Martha, okay? I need you to, I'm going where there's no reception and I'm going to be there until Tuesday, and I don't want you to wait until Tuesday. Please text me or find me on Facebook, and I will gladly send you a copy of a notice of action where there is a letter, there's an address, and there's a phone number where you can call. Why? Because it's time sensitive. So there was 31 days in May. There's 30 days in June. That's already 61 days, okay? Right now we're on June 18. I'm going to read this in a second. Let me finish this thought. Right now it's the 18th. Let's say tomorrow's the 19th, right? So we got, son 30, 31, 61, más 10, son 70, son 80. It's been 80 days plus the 5 days from April. So as of tomorrow, it will be 85 days. 85 days. So you still have 5 days to appeal that. And when you text me or find me on Facebook, I'm probably going to get to where I'm going about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm debating going to my mom's and saying happy birthday to my dad. I'm giving him a couple $100 because his birthday was the 17th, not the 18th. And I just called him, and I always call him on the 18th. But you know what, Dad? I love you because he's important and he means a lot to me. So I might just stop at Sacramento. So I might be getting to where I'm getting about 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. But as soon as I get there, because I got to stop, maybe I'll do it at a gas station. Text me, because I can still get text messages for the next 7 hours or so, okay? I'll quickly take a picture of it, send it to you, okay? But I want you to call them, and I want you to have the address, and I want you to know your rights. It's very short, but tomorrow I also want you to, I don't know what county you're coming out of. Where am I going? I'm going to go party. Hey. I'm going to go see the love of my life. I'm going back to Oregon. I'm going to go visit for a little bit. Get some cigarettes, because the cigarettes are like $52 for a carton. I don't know. Okay. Los Angeles County, which office, Martha, which office? Because Los Angeles County is big. So you got to see if it's Rancho, it's Metro, it's Hawthorne, it's Montebello. What office are you going to? Because it is your right, okay, to have that notice of action. Let me go back up to the previous comment before I continue that Martha made. When she did the evaluation, she did send me a notice of action, and it said that nothing changed and my hours were 283. Okay, hang on. Okay, in April, she did the evaluation in April, and this month of July, they cut the hours to 44. Let me get around this truck. Okay, Abril, Mayo, Junio, so 2 months later. Okay. Seattle, huh? Sean is in Seattle. Hawthorne. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you know who your social worker is in Hawthorne? Because if you know who your social worker is in Hawthorne, I'm more than likely sure that I know who she is. About 80%, okay, that I know who she is, and I might have her direct number also. So in this situation, Martha, I would be able to advocate for you so that the social worker can see. Now, Mildred Miss Brown. Okay. I'm gonna look at my I think I know who that is. And they know me because they've seen my channel, so I'll try. I'm gonna look for my on my phone and see if I can find her number. The other thing, if you have it, you can text me just the last 4 digits, because I already know it's 310-359 blah blah blah, her last 4 numbers. Message, and basically what I'll say, I'm an SEIU Local 2015 member leader, because I am a member leader. I am calling in regards to so on and so forth. She had an evaluation on the 25th of April, and you stated that her hours were not, that her case was not, her protected supervision county. Okay, sorry, it got disconnected. And you can give her a call back at this number. My name is Sandra Ayan. My telephone number is this and that, and then she'll give you a call back. If I have her direct number, which I got to look into my contacts, because that's one of the things that I told one of these union guys. I went down there and I made my 45. I made my new copies of my new timesheet. I was exercising the $55 that I pay every month, $45 out of my check, and $10 for COPE, which is a Committee of Political Education, and I need copies. So they gave me copies. The guy was really nice, but this one was really nice, which is cool, because I told him to pay attention to my videos. He might learn a thing or two, and I hope he calls me whenever he needs my help. But I'm the one, I was telling him, I'm the one that built the relationships with the social workers. I'm the one that started getting the phone numbers in 2016. I'm the one that started bridging the gap between the provider and the social worker, between the provider and the provider clerk. I'm the one that was filling the gap in between the FLSA department and the provider. I'm the one. And for some reason or other, I didn't get stuck with that. I was motivated enough because I like meeting people. When I come back from Oregon, I'm going to stop by in Sacramento, and we're going to go to Old Town Sacramento, and I'm going to have lunch with this amazing lady that I spoke to this morning. And it's cool. I told her we could make some quesadillas on your stove. I don't care. I'll do it. You know, I'll bring the cheese and the tortillas and the salsa, because I don't know if she can make salsa, but I'll make some salsa. So on my way back over here, I kind of want to stop also in Santa Clarita and meet another one of my beautiful girlfriends, because she's amazing and I love her, and her brother is like super amazing too. And it's like, I want to go meet these people. I like meeting you guys, and if it's on the way, then let's do it. But I'm the one that built all these relationships. But when I stopped being part of the union as far as an employee, then that was a whole different ballgame. So I will advocate for you, Martha. I will try my hardest to get you back to that 283 hours. Now, how do we get you back to that 283 hours? Well, check this out. Because I can come on live thanks to you guys now, and I'm going to turn on the light. Because I can come on live, now what I can do is I just found out that there is another piece to the YouTube creator, which allows me to, because I have more than 1,000 subscribers, allows me, this is beautiful. I told you guys, I wish I knew how to put up thumbnails. This allows me to put up thumbnails for you guys, pictures. I could put pictures up. And with these pictures, you guys can download them and copy them. And what I'm going to do is now I can put a picture up of the doctor evaluation letter. I could put a picture of all the forms that you guys need to become a provider. I could put up a picture of the SOC 838, which is the authorized shared hours. I could put a picture up of the exemption form that allows you to work more than 283 hours with its criteria, picture, and they're all going to be letters that you guys can use. Some of these letters are available to us on the CDSS website. Some of them are not. And the ones that are not, you guys, are the ones that I have. And the reason I have them is because I've told the social workers, you guys, I'm trying to help providers. Please, please, please give me access so I can tell them, I can guide them, I can show them. So when they get to you, guess what? They already understand. They already know how to do it. And that's one of the beautiful things that I found on YouTube. I was like, sweet. So I'm probably, now I told you guys, here comes classes. I am getting prepared. I was so blessed. Oh my God, you guys, today, I'm going to put a picture of my 86 Cadillac. I just bought an 86 Cadillac today before I left. Yes. It has air conditioning and it only has 88,000 miles. Whoop, whoop. I told my son, we're going to put, what do you call those, hydraulics on the car. I know. Thank you, Lou. I just want to help you guys. Lou says I'm such a blessing. You know what? I love you guys. I love people. I love helping, okay? And I told my son, I go, we're going to put some, hydraulics on the car, and we're going to go boom, 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 boom. Right, child? I had to go put an alarm on this car. And you know what, you guys? This money that I paid for this car, I gave it to, I'm going to turn it off again. I gave it to the lady and I said to her like this, because I told her before, I need you to sell me this car if you want to sell it. She told me today, you know what, Sandra? I'll sell it to you for this much. And I'm like, I'll give you 500 less. And she said to me, can you give me 200 more? And I looked at her and I said, I'll give you the money in an hour. Sold to the lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know. She got ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes, and I'm about to kiss my heart goodbye. That's a country song. I love country. Anyways, so there you are. I am now the full. So when I gave her this money, I said to her, here you go. These are blessings for you. Wherever it is that you're going, God bless you. Take this, and let me tell you something else. When you get there and you're okay, but if you're not okay, you let me know. You let me know, and I am going to help you, because that's what I do. So it's a blessing. I want to be a blessing to you guys, even though I'm the one that's with the 86 Cadillac. She gave me her dog, now she gave me her car, and I'm like, what are you going to give me next, your mom? Well, guess what, you guys? She's not going to give me her mom. She doesn't have a man, and I don't want a man because I got a man, She's not going to give her her mom, but guess what? She is going to apply for IHSS and get her case reopened, and you know who's going to work for her? Yep, yours truly. I am. And my son. Again, we're going to do it together. So these are blessings, you guys. These are high blessings. And that's why I do what I do. because I like helping and God blesses me. And even karma is good to me. You know, I'm like, I don't know, whatever it is you guys believe in. So now ask me. I've answered those questions for you guys. Let me see. I got 189 miles. I can go 265 miles. And so that means I got another 75 miles before I start worrying about gas, because I don't know where I'm going to end up. So ask me any more. Martha, please. You're welcome, sweetheart. Like I said, I'm going somewhere where there is no reception. So please. And you have 5 days, because you're at 85 days tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, and by Wednesday, if you have not done anything, sweetie, you're going to lose it. You still have time to appeal this process. And it becomes retroactive. And the way that you support this, I'm all guide you and teach you. I don't know where you live, but please don't tell me right now. Text me and tell me where you live, and if I have to go down there, I have those doctor evaluation letters with me because I carry my files. So please tell me, and I will try to do the most that I can for you. Okay? I don't know. Is there anybody else out there that has questions that I might be able to help? You know, even if it's in Spanish, I'll try to translate, because I know there's a lot of people that speak Spanish and don't speak English, and I'm talking really loud. Really loud. Well, yeah, sorry, son. Blowing out his eardrums. Ask me questions, you guys, because these questions that I'm answering and the questions that you guys are asking benefit someone. Someone out there needs help, and they can learn from what I'm saying. And I want a cigarette, so I don't know. But in the meantime, while you guys think, I'm going to continue with my story about this wonderful young lady that I spoke to this morning. She said she had her evaluation done, and the social worker came out and talked to her and said to her that there was going to be a unexpected home visit services. I want to say that was the acronym. UHVS. Okay? Unexpected home visit services. I can't hear that, child. As it's bad enough, the air. So you really need to tone that down. She said that the social worker told her that she was going to be coming out here to her house unexpectedly because they want to see if her home care providers are actually working. So, turn this back on. What? I told her, I let her talk. She says, the home care providers that I have, you know, they're scared. They don't want to work anymore. This is too much. They're ready to call it quits. Something to that fashion. And I said to her, okay, I'm listening. Let me have some water, baby. Can I have some water, please? I'm listening to her, and I could hear the fear in her voice. She says, it's already bad enough. We have to do this on the computer. I said, I understand. I know. But let me tell you something. When she was texting me, okay? And then I was hungry, and I said, I better eat right now, because if I don't eat right now, I'm not going to eat all day. So I had a shrimp tostada, you know, with beans and lettuce and tomatoes and guacamole and salsa, and it's like the bomb. So when I got to Rosemary's house, I said, hey, check this out, Rosemary. When I come back, I'm going to go take you to eat over there, because that girl likes her tostadas, okay? Ground beef, cheese, and beans. Martha says, thank you, Sandra. My name is Irene Lopez. This is my sister's account. She told me about you. I just added you on Facebook. Sweet. Get a YouTube account. Irene. Get off your sister stuff. And subscribe. I'm just kidding. As long as you're able to get into it, you know. I don't care so much more about subscribers, which YouTube will do something, but I just wanted to be live. I wanted to get to 1,000. And that's cool. So, I think it was Sean, too. Is that you, Sean? Was that you, my 1,000 subscriber? Huh, Sean? Anyways, I'm reading her messages, And I said, oh no. So I called her before I started talking. Here, baby. I called her because I could hear the fear in her text messages. Sure enough, after I talked to her, I could still hear the fear. And I said, you know what? When she was done, I let her do her spiel. When she was done, I said to her, now that you're done, the only thing that I want to create for you is peace of mind. And your sister and your brother can, not a sister or brother, and your home care providers, I don't know why I said that, and your home care providers can come and talk to me anytime. First of all, unexpected home visit verification. I think that's what it was. Excuse me? My knowledge from speaking to other social workers is from what I remember, the only one that has knocked down my door is the FBI. Well, not my door, but like in the movies. And you have to have a warrant when you do that. A social worker cannot push themselves into your door. Cannot. Okay? I told her that. You have rights. And this is coming from another beautiful social worker that I also speak to. Because one of the ladies that I used to take care of, her daughter did not report all the money that the mother got when her husband passed, which is the one I got her from. Instead, she gambled it away. Okay? Turn this off. Didn't tell the mama, we got, I don't know, $100,000 out of the life insurance policy or whatever. Instead, went and gambled it all the way. Medi-Cal finds out. Medi-Cal found out. And because Medi-Cal found out, this woman canceled my services because she now had a share of cost. So if she wanted me to work for her, she was going to have to pay me the first $900. Her own daughter did this to her, okay? So what I did is I told her, you know what, sweetie? This is the recipient I had. Don't worry about it. Whatever I can do, I'll help you. I didn't know that the share cost was that high. Well, I can't work for free either. What I do, guy, you can't get in front of me. You're going to get in front of that truck. I hate it. Like people. I'm already going like 75 miles an hour. Here's a curve. I'll keep it at 80. Let's see if you can keep up, buddy. So her own daughter did this to her. Medi-Cal found out. When she got recertified, Medi-Cal found out that the daughter did not turn in all the income. And the one that ended up paying for the broken plate, as us Mexicans say, was the mom. So now the mom is the recipient that I was taking care of. And I was like, you know what? She finally said to me, Sandra, I'm sorry, but this is why I can't hire you, because I have to pay you out of my pocket. So instead of using Medi-Cal, she now uses Medicare. And with Medicare, she has certain co-payments, which aren't as bad. They're a lot less. Okay? Now, excuse me, sorry. Maybe I should move over so he can get in front of me, but he's going slower than I am. It's like, really? Now, this woman lives in the same complex that I work in. This woman, I see her pulling her cart she drinks a lot of soda. I pick up food boxes for her. I drop them off, and every time I see her and I give her a hug, and she's like, you're not mad at me? No, sweetheart, I'm not mad at you. What can I do to help you? Call me. You've got my number. Let me know. I will do anything I can for you. I'm here to help you, even though I'm not getting paid. And it's quite all right, because I want to help. So the daughter did this to her, and now she's over here struggling on her own. So why do I tell you guys this? Because her evaluation date came up, okay? And I said, they're going to come and see you. And she says, I know, I don't want to see them, Sandra. I don't want to see them. I don't want to talk to them. Because of the fact that she has, that money wasn't reported. Okay? She absolutely wanted nothing to do with my services or the county or Medi-Cal for that case. Totally shut off Medi-Cal. She was in the process of getting help from the Veterans Association, something like that, because her husband was a veteran. Now, I told her it's okay. So what I did is I called her social worker and I told her social worker, can I please explain to you what's going on? Several times I tried reaching her and telling her, please call me. I need to explain this to you. Finally, on the day that she was supposed to go out there for the evaluation day, I talked to her because she's now the social worker of another one of my right here. Let me move over because this guy is like super nuts. Go ahead, buddy. It's all yours. Take it. The road straight ahead. And he's still going to stay behind me. Whatever. I should have stayed in front of him, so he can light me up. Anyways, with your little Honda Civic. I told her, I told the social worker, I'm sorry, I have been bugging you. The reason that I have been bugging you is because this particular recipient doesn't want these services anymore. And that's not the only reason I'm calling you. The other reason I'm calling you is because I need you to understand that when this evaluation came up to her, she got very angsty, she got very nervous. It altered her state of mind. She started getting depressed. She started getting worried. And I don't want her like that. So I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead and just shut her case. She doesn't want it. And then the social worker said to me, well, Sandra, I've already been there. And exactly what you're telling me is what happened. And I said, I tried to reach you and tell you. She says, but you know what, Sandra? We cannot push ourselves through the door. This is what the social worker told me. So, back to my story. The unexpected home visit verification. They do not have the right to barge in through your door. You do not have to open the door. Just like ICE. Okay? ICE came to my neighbors and they were at my front gate, and it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, almost 5, and I hear my gate open and I yell out my window, can I help you? And they said, well, we're looking for so on and so forth. And I said, they do not live here. Get out of my property. That's trespassing. That is horrible, you guys. Horrible. This is what I told ICE. Get off my property. You're trespassing. They don't live here. Hello? They live next door. Go over there. Bang on their door. When we were afraid that they were going to be coming in and scooping us up and taking us out of here, a lot of the people that did get scooped up and got, sent over there, from what I remember, had problems with the law. They had DUIs, they had domestic violence, and those are the two that I can pop up. They had aggravated assault, they had been arrested, and this country doesn't want people that is going to be not only a financial burden to the state, but also we have to be citizens of good moral characters. Okay, that is extremely hard to do. So we have us outside, get off of my property with a mean old flashlight, or they call them daylight, where you can actually see, and they're about $200. I think I'm going to buy one of those. But A social worker cannot barge in without your permission. So that was who I spoke to this morning, and I said to her, don't worry, and that is who I'm going to go have lunch with, because I want to go see where she lives. I want to see what she's surrounded by. I want to give her ideas of what she can and what she can do to respect her privacy, despite the Patriot Act. But now the Patriot Act is the FBI. Okay, so that was the story that I had started out with. Let me know. I'm answering questions, so if you guys have questions, ask me, because I'm at 208 miles and I got another 53 miles to go before I ask Google, okay Google, show me the nearest gas station. All right, let's see here. Miss Queen Bee, can a provider work for a recipient if they live with relatives in their home? Of course. There's two ways. Okay. If the provider is related to the recipient, like your mom or your dad, and they live with you or you live with them, you can claim, you can live with them and not claim taxes on your check. Okay, what that means is you sign a waiver form that excludes you and makes you exempt. See here, like if my mom lives with my sister, and your sister's a provider, well, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. So the relationship is what we're trying to establish. If your sister lives with your mom, or your mom lives with your sister, they still live under the same household. There's two things, you guys. Two things. One of them is you can sign a letter that says that you're exempt. Okay? What this letter is going to do is it's going to not take taxes out of your check. Okay? So you'll get your straight, I don't know, if you work 100 hours, straight 100 hours times your hourly wage. Okay? No taxes, no FICA, no state, no Medicare, no let's see, come on, think. No SSI, no nothing, zero. It'll be your 100 hours times your hourly wage, and that's exactly back on the plan. Can you guys hear me okay? Actually, you probably can't, right? Sorry, I've gone through a gap there. So Miss Queen Bee asked, can a provider live with their recipient? Now, that's because you're secure now, and when you retire, what are you gonna get since you have no taxes taken out of your check? That is a waiver form that you fill out. But, and this is also like what I'm going to tell you about Social Security, okay? You can also file to live as a live-in provider. A live-in provider will pay taxes, and your income will not be counted, included with the recipient, because guess what? Each one of them are individuals, adults, that should be responsible for paying and taking care of each one of them. Okay? So there's two things. Whether they're related to you or not, whether it's your sister or your mom or your brother and your mom, or you have the option to also file as a live-in provider. Allows the state to take taxes out of your check. So let me go back and think, okay? I started working for them in September of 2016, them being the union. And this is where I learned some of the stuff because I started asking questions. For example, January is very important because you have to file taxes, right? So they had a paper there, and I looked at the paper, super outdated, and I was like, wait a minute. I called and I found out, and no, we don't offer that anymore. So then I started investigating online. It's okay, we're back. VITA is through the IRS. So this is what I'm telling you guys, that I was self-initiative, because if I can save money, I will save you money, because I don't want to pay. And that's why I was a great supervisor when I had my crew of ladies that were cleaning. When I found out that I could use a certain liquid like the Awesome from the 99-cent store, and I didn't have to scrub, all I had to do was let it. Hey, we're back. Let me turn this off real quick. Now, I was talking about the living. Okay, now check this out. Social Security is almost the same thing. I'm going to be done with this because I think I'm entering like a zone where there's no reception. But I want to thank you guys because I'm able to stay awake. Okay, cool. Besides that 5-hour shot, right? Now, Social Security, when they receive Social Security, you want to know, where is this money going to? Where is this money going to? Social Security, and the average range of what I've heard is about $900 and something, okay? So this is what I tell them. Social Security wants to know where that money is going. So what I advise them is, like, you can't get a room. You can share a room with somebody for $600, and you're sharing that room. So whether it's your mom or your dad or your cousin or your brother or your sister or whoever it is that's a relative of you, it doesn't matter. They're individuals. They're adults. They have to take care of themselves, and they're lucky that they have you, okay? And you have to specify that to the Social Security Administration when they come in. So they have to pay rent. So let's say the rent is $600, and let's say that their food is another $200 a month, which is very little, okay, in comparison, because some people take care of their sons and daughters, okay? And $100 of that goes, the remainder of that goes towards their cell phone, toiletries, and all the way to the last dime. If your rent has to be $700, that's still fine, because like I just mentioned, Social Security alone is not enough. So Social Security Administration wants to know exactly where that money is. Of saving money and tell them that. Because if you tell them that you have saved money, it's only going to come back and bite you. I've seen this happen. So when you live with your recipient, okay, same rules apply. I know it smells terrible, huh? We're in Lemoore. We're in Hanford. We're just passing Hanford, and it smells like rotten eggs down here. And my kids over here like, just breathe in through your mouth, child. Don't breathe in through your nose. Oh, God, are you serious? What is this trailer doing? Super, like, stop. So, really? You did all of that for what? Oh, my God. Whatever. Let me turn this off. Maybe my light is blinding him. So, that's how Social Security works. Now, that's also how, when you say you're a living provider, it should be the same thing. You cook your meal separately. You make, you have your own things, your own bills, your own everything. When you go apply for food stamps and cash aid and you live with your mom, same thing. I live with my mom, yeah, but I live with my mom, yeah, but I make my own food. I do my own grocery shopping. I live with my mom, yeah, but or my bills are included in my rent. Of course, you got to provide proof of that, which is fine. Here's the rent receipt. That includes utilities for the month of blah, blah, in the amount of blah, blah. Okay? So, that's a really good question, Miss Queen Bee. I want to thank you guys. It's what, 11:36? Yep, 11:36, because I got a new stereo in my car. Actually, it was just kind of cheap, and well, this was a stock. It had no buttons. It had 6 buttons. That's all I got. And I want to play my iPod. So I just want to thank you guys because I'm able to stay awake. I got another 30 miles. And I told this kid, look for the nearest gas station in the next 30 miles, which would probably be Fresno here, but I got him doing math. He said, I am just like all asking questions for everyone else, and I see the popos. You're always asking, what was it? What was it, Steven?
You're always asking questions, but you should you should stop asking us all the questions and answer them on your own.
Right? Okay. And I said, aw, I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I'll do the damn math. So I got him thinking, I go, otherwise we're gonna end up with no gas. You don't want to be stuck in the mountains with no gas, do you? So I want to thank you guys for asking the questions that you guys asked. They're amazing. Okay. Thank you, Miss Queen Bee. Please keep fighting for your father. You got my number. Hit me up. Right? Ghetto. Let me know what's up. Let me see what I can do. Miss Martha, please. Sean up in Seattle. If you're my 1,000th subscriber, let me know. I told you the popos. Oh, I got pulled over by a cop today, too. He was so cool. I was kind of happy he pulled me over until I realized it wasn't the cop that I was looking for. I was like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Sergeant so on and so forth. Do me a favor. Here's my business card. If you see him, can you please give this to him so he can call me? Yup. I had to pull them strings, if you know what I mean. Nah, I had to let him know. He says, you were going 50 miles per hour. I said, I wasn't going 50 miles per hour. That's impossible. I was in second. I go, this is a stick shift. And he says, that's not impossible. You were going 50 miles an hour. I said, impossible. I was going no more than 30 miles an hour. I had to shift to go on my third, to get to my third gear, which is the you heard. That's why you think I was speeding, but I wasn't. I said, but if I was, I'm sorry. I just bought a 86 Cadillac. Yep. And I'm excited, dude. He's all like, really? I was like, yep. It's like my other Cadillac, except my other Cadillac's an 83. And he's like, and I got a Biscayne, and I got a Nova. And he's like, is that your Biscayne? I'm like, yep. And you know the house that I live in belongs to so on and so forth. And I worked for him for 8 years, and I've been living there for 24 years. Is that right? I was like, yep. So do me a favor and tell your sergeant. I said, hey, what's up? And he says, okay. And he hands me back my license. And I was all like, hey, all right, man, what's your name? He's all like, so on and so forth. I was like, cool, dude. I'll talk to you later. So if you see me riding around in this light blue caddy, just know it's me, okay? And I'll honk at you or I'll wave. He's all like, okay, cool. I go, tell your sergeant I said, what's up? Beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, no ticket for me. I don't know how much a ticket is for speeding. I haven't had one in a long time. Not that I want one, but I want to thank you guys because it's 11:30, 11:40, and I'm going to stop and get gas somewhere along the lines. Child, did you find the nearest gas station?
The next sign that you see.
The next sign that I see?
Yeah.
It's a look, and then a look, and another look. And then we'll be there. Because in the old days, they didn't have street signs. So if you got lost, you would tell them, how far away is this? And then they would tell you it's a look. So you would look as far as you could look, and then you would see where you were at. When you would get there, you would take another look. It's a look to another look to another look. And I super confused this child, which is amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try to do another one. I'll see how many of you guys are out there. Please write your questions. Please text me your questions, okay? God bless you guys. Be careful. And this guy's going around me because I guess I'm going too slow. I'm going 70. I'm going to go put some gas. Love you guys. Be good, okay? God bless. Keep it up. It's Friday in 20 minutes. Yeah. Have a great day. Bye.